Hold on to your crowns, it seems the royal family is at it again. That's right, folks. Just when we thought we'd seen it all, we get wind of a grand spectacle organised by the royals. And this isn't just any event. It's a lavish party with a whopping 150 guests invited. Talk about pulling out all the stops. But wait, there's a twist. The timing of this royal extravaganza eerily coincides with the launch of Meghan's much-anticipated Netflix programme. Yes, you heard it right. Just as Meghan is about to step into the limelight with her latest venture, the royal house seems to have planned their own show-stopping event. Now, you might be thinking, this could just be a coincidence, right? After all, the royals are known for their ostentatious affairs. But consider this. It's not just the timing that's suspicious, it's the sheer scale of the event. We're talking a massive party with 150 attendees. It's almost as if they're trying to outdo Meghan in grandeur and spectacle. And let's not forget the guest list. It's not just the usual royal circle. We're talking about big names, celebrities, influencers, the creme de la creme of society. The kind of crowd that's sure to draw the attention of the media and the public alike. It's almost as if the royals are trying to create a spectacle so dazzling that it overshadows Meghan's Netflix debut. But is it a mere coincidence, or is it a calculated move, a deliberate attempt to divert attention away from Meghan? Could this be yet another chapter in the ongoing saga of royal distractions? One can't help but wonder, is this another royal distraction attempt? Let's delve deeper. Believe it or not, this isn't the first time such a coincidence has happened. It seems that every time Meghan and Harry are ready to step into the limelight, something suddenly springs up from the palace side. It's as if there's an invisible tug of war, a desperate attempt to keep the public gaze fixed on the royals and away from the Sussexes. Let's take a look back. Remember when Meghan's Netflix programme was about to air? Out of the blue, the palace decided it was time for a grand event, with a guest list of 150. Was it truly a spontaneous decision or a calculated move to divert attention? Then there was the time when the Archetypes podcast was set to release. Like clockwork, Kate was suddenly giving a speech on the same topic. It felt like a deliberate attempt to split the public's attention. And let's not forget when Harry's book, The Spare, was about to hit the shelves. Almost magically, William was seen launching a new initiative. Each time, the timing has been uncanny. It seems too frequent to be mere coincidence. It's as if the palace is trying to overshadow Meghan and Harry's achievements, to keep them from shining too brightly in the public eye. But in doing so, they may be inadvertently bringing more attention to the Sussexes, and who's to say what the guest list is about? The inclusion of big names like the Beckhams seems to hint at a desperate attempt to keep influential figures on their side. But in their attempts to erase Meghan, they might just be making her more relevant. So, is this a series of unfortunate coincidences, or a well-crafted strategy? Are these events genuine or carefully planned distractions to keep the limelight trained on the royals? It's a question worth pondering. Coincidence or a well-planned strategy? You decide. Let's talk about the guest list, shall we? Now, the guest list for this royal event is as high profile as they come, with big names like the Beckhams gracing the palace with their presence. But here's a thought. Is this just a glamorous gathering of the elite, or is there something more at play? You see, the palace has lost considerable public favour in recent times. As a result, it seems they're pulling out all the stops to ensure they retain the loyalty of the big names. And who better to secure that loyalty than the Beckhams, one of the UK's most iconic celebrity couples? The Beckhams, with their immense popularity and influence, are the perfect allies for the palace in its bid to regain public favour. And inviting them to this grand event, well, it's a smart move. It sends a message to the world. Look, we've still got it. We're still relevant. We still matter. But here's where it gets interesting. This attempt to retain loyalty, this desperate grab for relevance, it's a double-edged sword. Because while the palace is going out of its way to keep big names on their side, it's inadvertently drawing more attention to the very person they're trying to overshadow, Meghan. Every move they make, every event they throw, every high-profile guest they invite, it's all just serving to underline the fact that they're threatened by Meghan's success. And in their attempts to erase her, to push her out of the public eye, they're actually making her more prominent, they're making her more relevant. So the question remains, is this just a desperate attempt by the palace to retain the loyalty of the big names and regain public favour? Or is it a case of them shooting themselves in the foot, making Meghan more relevant with every move they make? The palace is trying so hard to erase Meghan that it's actually making her more relevant. Only time will tell how this royal game of chess plays out. Could it be that the palace is terrified of Meghan's success? As we delve deeper into this royal saga, we find ourselves grappling with this question more often than not. Meghan Markle, once an outsider, has not only carved a niche for herself within the royal family but has also managed to shine brightly outside of it. Her success story is a testament to her resilience, her determination, and her unwavering belief in herself. She has stood her ground, faced adversities, and has emerged victorious, proving her critics wrong time and again. It's no wonder then that her continued success may be a source of fear for the palace. Meghan's rise to fame, her popularity, and her influence may be giving the establishment more than just sleepless nights. The fear of being overshadowed, the fear of being proven wrong, and perhaps the fear of losing relevance in the face of Meghan's increasing popularity may be driving the palace to desperate measures. The palace, it seems, is in a constant race to outshine Meghan, to divert attention from her achievements, to ensure that the spotlight stays firmly on them, but in doing so, they might be inadvertently fuelishing Meghan's fame. Every attempt to overshadow her only serves to highlight her successes even more. Meghan, with her grace and poise, continues to rise above these petty distractions. She remains focused on her goals, committed to her causes, and unfazed by the noise around her. Her success is her best revenge, her most powerful weapon against those who seek to diminish her. So, we circle back to our original question. Is this just another royal PR stunt to overshadow Meghan, or is the palace genuinely terrified of Meghan's success? Terrified that she's not just surviving but thriving, and in doing so is redefining the rules of the game, challenging the status quo, and proving them wrong. So is this just another royal PR stunt to overshadow Meghan, or is the palace terrified? As we continue to follow this royal saga, we can't help but wonder. Now we want to hear from you. What's your perspective on this intriguing narrative? Do you see the events as we do, a carefully orchestrated PR stunt? Or do you believe there's genuine fear in the palace corridors about Meghan's rising success? You've seen the patterns we've pointed out, the seemingly coincidental overlaps, the curious timing of royal events whenever Meghan and Harry are about to take the stage. It's a fascinating and complex tale, and we want to know how you're interpreting it. Are you seeing the same patterns? Do you think the royal family is trying to divert attention from Meghan's ventures, or is there something more to it? Could it be that the palace is genuinely fearful of Meghan's success, her ability to command attention and influence, independent of the royal establishment? Or perhaps you see it differently. Maybe you believe these events are mere coincidences, that there's no underlying strategy or fear. We are all entitled to our own perspectives and interpretations. What matters is that we engage in these conversations, that we question, analyze, and share our insights. Remember, your thoughts matter. Your perspective adds another layer to the story, another angle to consider, so don't hesitate to share your thoughts. Whether you agree with us, disagree, or have a completely different take on the situation, we want to hear it. This is not just about the royal family or Meghan, it's about understanding the dynamics of power, influence, and public perception. It's about questioning narratives and not taking things at face value. So let's start the conversation. Let's delve into the nuances of this intriguing tale. Let's dissect, discuss, and debate. After all, that's what makes these discussions so fascinating, the multitude of perspectives and interpretations. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more royal reality checks.